Is there anything you have opinions on Diddy? Have you had any experiences with Diddy?
No, just I knew him for a long time.
So Mike Tyson is no stranger to the hip-hop world, and this man has been close to the late rapper Tupac, and apparently he knows a thing or two about Diddy, his secret parties, and the disgusting things happening there. I mean, it's not much of a mystery these days after music producer Lil Rod filed a shocking lawsuit exposing everything. While the world is unsure about any athletes featured in Diddy's tapes, certain celebrities have been subtly hinted at, including Meek, Mill, and Usher. But here's the juicy part. Apparently, Mike Tyson has been totally aware of everything since the start. Just check out how he was distancing himself from Diddy in an old clip.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh, yes, he's glittering.
It truly is about the Benjamin.
So Mike has been friends with the music mogul since the dawn of time, and as he generously shared in one of his interviews, he has known him before all that fame and wealth. You don't need to be a detective to guess that the famous boxer was one of the VIP guests at Diddy's infamous bashes. But was he also a part of that freak-offs? One thing's for sure, he wasn't comfortable having Diddy around. As Sean Diddy Combs is under a federal investigation that led authorities to raid the rapper's properties in both Miami and Los Angeles, it's been said they were looking for footage from his bashes. As it said, Diddy has a lot of compromising material of intimate nature, and not all of these encounters were consensual.
Sex workers, hidden cameras, and compromising recordings of celebrities and politicians.
Remember how Cassie dropped her bombshell lawsuit on Diddy's head last November? I won't be digging deep into it today, but let's face it, what she shared was enough for many people to get nightmares. As time went on, questions have been raised about Diddy's interactions with other celebs, with several suspicious moments captured on camera sparking inquiries about the music mogul's relationship dynamics, including his amicable with guys like Justin Bieber and Usher. What's disturbing is that rumors of Diddy's relationship with these two can be traced back to when they both were in teen years. It all began with a young and talented Usher catching the attention of big music executives. Little did he know that this would mark the start of an extraordinary journey leading him to the legendary Puff Daddy in his house.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing.
At just 14 years old, Usher embarked on an adventure that would forever change his life. His music executive arranged for the young boy to fly to New York and live with Puff Daddy, the iconic figure behind Bad Boy Records. This unique opportunity, known as Puffy Flavor Camp, where wild and curious things were taking place. As Usher arrived in New York, he was greeted by the larger-than-life presence of Diddy himself. But amidst the glitz and glamour, Usher also witnessed the darker side of fame when he attended the parties organized by his mentor. According to the A&B star, he witnessed wild things that his young mind couldn't comprehend.
Did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand.
While Usher never revealed any details, people quickly connected the dots and began speculating that Diddy made a move on young Usher. That question would be answered years later during one of Diddy's parties where he accidentally said the quiet part out loud. But it doesn't end with Usher and Justin. There are many other celebrities mentioned in the Lil Rod lawsuit who may soon be outed for participating in Diddy's events. But you may ask, how does Mike Tyson fits into the picture? Well, to begin with, let's discuss the boxer's favorable assessment of Diddy. Did he say that the music mogul was a nice guy? Given Mike's own past, which bears similarities to Diddy's, this praise raises a lot of questions.
She was, she was the easiest of the lot.
Just like Diddy, Mike Tyson has been accused of SA multiple times. Last year, a scandal erupted when a woman has filed a lawsuit accusing former heavyweight boxing champion of SAing her sometime in the early 1990s after she met him at a nightclub in Albany, New York. The woman, who is suing for $5 million, said Tyson SA'd her in a limousine and that she has suffered from physical, psychological, and emotional injury in the years since then. Apparently, there's quite a coincidence, considering the same stories and similar lawsuits tarnished Diddy's image the same year. As one person commented, they are all at it, even the ones who pretend they're not. And another user added, Mike was also a wild beast in his youth. Maybe Diddy will come to his senses in old age. Well, Diddy may have no time for repentance. Starting last November, he has faced numerous similar accusations, and some of them are dating back to the 90s. And the lawsuit even says that Combs didn't act alone and had a whole bunch of celebrity friends to help him as a poor victim.
No, Savannah, the allegations are horrific, and if you include not only Sean Diddy Combs...
Of course, Diddy's spokesperson asserted the accusations were not credible and purely for financial gain. Miss Dickerson's 32-year-old story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never touched her, and she implicates companies that did not exist. This is purely a money grab and nothing more. It may sound like credible explanation to the victim's claims, but it's for the judge to decide. As Miss Dickerson herself said, she decided to file a lawsuit after Combs' former girlfriend, singer, and actor Cassie filed a federal lawsuit alleging he's been assaying her for many. Cassie's lawsuit was settled one day later for an undisclosed amount of money, and as Diddy's representative stated, it was the hint for the rest to follow her example and get cash quickly.
She filed it on Thursday,
and just over 24 hours later, they settled.
But the things she alleges can make even the strongest of us shudder from disgust. While on a school break for the holidays in January 1991, Dickerson, Neal, who was a college student at Syracuse University at the time, reluctantly agreed to dinner with Combs but ended up being essayed by him. The situation is intensified by the claim that the music mogul recorded the encounter as a form of revenge, the claim he tried to dismiss. As the victim said during the date, she left her drink unattended, and Diddy allegedly took advantage of this opportunity to spike it. Days later, the full extent of the horror unfolded when a male friend revealed to Dickerson Neal that he had viewed an intimate tape involving her and Diddy, along with other men.
The question becomes, are those charges at some later point going to be tied in to any other potential investigation that's going on?
While Diddy's attorneys clearly wanted all this to be fabricated, there were other witnesses who spoke against the music mogul and kinda confirmed the story she was telling. One of Diddy's ex-artists, Mark Curry, revealed in his chat with The Art of Dialogue that Diddy spiked women's drinks in the club. And everyone except for the victims knew which bottles they were not supposed to touch that night. With every new revelation, the story of Diddy's crimes goes deeper, and apparently, seeing him finally going down, more people including Iron Mike are now eagerly sharing the stories in the hope not to be investigated as the music mogul's accomplices in all that shady stuff.
Used to have crates when I used to have my after parties and stuff. Also when they were throwing parties.
But while all these victims are lured and manipulated to join Diddy and his crew at the bashes, some people were staying away from all types of illegal activities. Take 50 Cent, who once stated no amount of money would be enough to drag him to Diddy's events because the vibe was creepy, revealing some compromising photos from one of the gatherings where Diddy was trying to make a pie with another male artist. 50 commented, "Look, if you into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my mother effing kind of party. It's uncomfortable." And apparently, the music mogul didn't have a shortage of guests willing to join his bashes, and some of them were caught on camera doing the creepy stuff or were even filmed without knowing it. After the raids, we hear more and more stories about crazy audio and video getting leaking that features Diddy with his famous guests, including the one with Meek Mill that already got the whole industry talking.
They had a recording of Meek and Diddy
making love?
I don't know if it was love.
Hopefully, the feds got enough material to work with and they want to catch everyone who was helping Diddy or just silently covered for his dealing all this time. And while you see people around him come and go, it looks like Mike was the one to linger. It's especially interesting considering that Mike once had a money problem that magically disappeared. Now, it may look that Diddy was a part of that special service for Mike, but the boxer is done covering for his pal. Investigation of the music mogul's crimes may take several years before Diddy's actually convicted. But some netizens are done being patient. As one person commented, people knew this for years. P. Diddy did it while people watched. So disgusting. So sad. And another user added, Tyson didn't just attend these. He orchestrated some. He's no victim. Well, if any of Diddy's accomplices are caught, the entertainment world will be shaken to its core and many careers we used to admire will be ruined. But folks, what do you think about all this? Is Mike Tyson just an innocent bystander? Or was he a part of Diddy's criminal ring since the start? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to check my other videos.